Today we're going to go ahead and do a tour of the rest of my tools that are in cases. This should be the final video of the Toolbox Tours. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 there, 3 there, a couple there, another one there, another one there, and there's a couple down here I won't drag out, but all that is a sander and a router. Over there, we've already gone through a couple things under there, nothing to get too excited about. We'll start here at the bench. This is my DeWalt 14-4 drill. Very handy. I've had this probably 10 years. It looks a lot rougher than it is been used. So I can get that in frame here. Typical forward reverse 3-speed clutch or 3-speed gearbox and clutch. 2 batteries, charger. Nothing too spectacular or spectacular. I did buy a set of batteries for it due to the fact that my other ones had gotten bad, but that is more just wear and tear than it is anything. In this case is obviously the Dremel. You get lots of use out of this. Standard Dremel, 2 speeds. It's a 200 model, 200 series. I've bought the Easy Lock cutting wheels and setup. Really like them because they're bigger wheels and they hold on better than the stock ones that just screw onto the little mandrel. I do have a couple cases of different attachments for that, or ends. You should have seen that in the Craftsman Toolbox video. It was underneath in the toolbox. This is my Craftsman grinder that I got from an ex-girlfriend. Still works. It's getting wore out. I have a replacement Porter cable when this dies. Standard 4.5-inch angle grinder, 6 amp. Nothing too spectacular. I do get a lot of use out of it though, and I love the wire brush. I've actually bought a... Let's see, did I buy a new wire brush for this? No, but I did. I have bought a couple different sets of grinding wheels, of course. This is my Porter cable jigsaw. This doesn't get a ton of use, but it was the best deal for the money over 10 years ago. It's gotten some use, but it's not like I use it every day. I used to be really big into carpentry and woodworking, less so now. This is an OTC brake caliper kit for your rear brake calipers. What it is, these will clip onto an extension, and this here little pin is supposed to catch the groove in the rear caliper piston and turn it back in. Some have 2, some have a different spacing. This is wide space, narrow space, and all you have to do is thread this, put an extension through here, thread this on so there's something to push back into, and just turn away. I paid, I think, like $25 for this kit, used. Worth every penny. I wouldn't be without it. Definitely a handy tool. Haven't really had a whole lot of need for it all the time, but definitely worth it. Okay, this is an old Forge Hub Shark puller. This is a made in Taiwan kind of thing. This is for pulling front wheel hubs and bearings. Actually, I have not used this one yet. I bought it for $50 on eBay to go with my Harbor Freight set. I will actually be using this in an upcoming video. The last time I did that job, I ended up using a press because my Harbor Freight kit wasn't quite enough, which is why I bought that. Mighty Vac. Everybody in the world has a Mighty Vac. This was actually my dad's. What he did is he bought a new one because this one quit working. I made it work, cleaned it out. It'll hold vacuum now, before it wouldn't. Close, come on. It's a typical Mighty Vac silver line that just about everybody has. Alright. Go here. KD service kits, also similar to Lyle kits, it's not the exact same with a different name. This is axle nut kit I bought for doing front axle work. Works great. I've used a couple of sockets a few times. I believe the lowest is 32 millimeter. No, 30. We got 30 millimeter, 32 millimeter. Let's see here, 38, 36, 35, 34, 29. Oh, I guess there's a 29 in there too. I have, let's see, the 30 I've used, and I believe I've also used the 38, or no, 36 I used. I used the 36 actually on some wheel bolts that I had to work on, rather than axles, because this was the only impact I had large enough. Worked just fine. I would not, I don't remember what I paid for that, but I'm fairly certain it was under 100 off of Tooltopia. Good deal. In the long run, really, at first I thought it wasn't going to be a very good deal because I bought that other Lyle 30 millimeter for that axle job in the end. But nonetheless, this is a Craftsman small, quick, dang, I cannot think of the name of that anymore, but anyway, small 4.8 drill, drive screws. Bought this when I was probably 12, 11. Haven't used it a whole lot, but I have used it enough that it was well worth the money. I don't remember what I paid for it back then. This is a OTC tool series. Stinger brand, or OTC Stinger brand, heavy duty snap ring pliers. These are made in Taiwan. I bought it for that axle job, and they work fine, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but these things are huge. These are huge. That's my vise, and that is that much taller. I thought these tools are going to be like half this size at the most. So if you guys are looking for a set of these, I would recommend them. They are very good. They're just a lot bigger than you would expect. I want to say I paid somewhere in the neighborhood of $60 for those off of Tooltopia. I'd have to look, see what they are now. Oh. Harbor Freight hub pulling kit. I marked an X on the top so I knew what side to open it from. I think. Okay. Alrighty, this is all this consists of. You got different rings to catch your bearing, got different plates in the back to support it. What you do is you set this up on either side, depending on which way you're pulling it. You set the cup up to catch the bearing, or in this case, well, depending on the case, you can see that some of them have a little bit of a lip here, so they'll fit in different better. Also fit the plates better. I've heard lots of talk about the screw in these not being very good. I cannot yet comment to that because I used mine just fine. I was going to grease it and I didn't. Just kind of ended up not doing it, I think. Yeah, I don't look like I greased it. But I've only used it once so far, so it's held up. We'll find out how well it holds up on the next one, because I'll be doing another axle again. I just used it with a ratchet, worked fine, didn't strip anything out. So that was $100, I think, well spent in the long run. If I have any problems with it, I'll be sure to let people know. You'll notice I don't have a lot of Harbor Freight tools, but that was definitely one of the good ones that I would, at least as far as my experience goes. But that is all the kits. Nothing spectacular. I can't think of anything else I have in that way. See, I have, see this slide hammer here? That's an OTC that I bought for next to nothing, actually. I got that, and I also have another slide hammer back down here. It's an older slide hammer. I don't know what it is, but it's I bought this for like 20 bucks. If I can get it in frame. I've used it a little bit. It's been okay. Seeing as how we're kind of talking specialty tools, I thought I'd show you that. And I also have a hub puller, 3-jaw. The jaws are off it right now, but that's almost forgot this one. This is what a lot of people would call a helicoil kit. This is made by Helicoil brand. This comes from 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16 and half sizes. It's a full kit for all of them. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the camera. 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16 half. But yeah, this is a full kit. Installation tool, pin knockout tool, and the tap for the helicoil. Tons of helicoils in them. I think I'm actually turn this around. See if I can make this fit a little better. And a little bit. And it does have left-hand drill bits in a couple of these. This actually was a kit my dad had that he let me have when I needed it. I haven't. He said not to worry about bringing it back, so I haven't. So yeah, let's. I don't know what this kit cost. My dad bought it, so I was trying to see if there's anything interesting here. No, just shows you how to use the kit and the tools. I should do a video on doing helicoils one day. I actually have put in a few of them on a couple of Briggs engines and such. Maybe one day we'll get a chance to do that again. I think that concludes all this. So, alright, guys, if you have any questions, please be sure to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Catch you later.